Hi, my name is Sami Steinman, and I did my biography paper on Tia Maria Torres. Many people may have a negative outlook on pit bulls because of all of the stories they may hear and how the media portrays the breed to be. However, after spending time with the breed and doing some research and learning their behaviors, one may find that the problem lies more so in the upbringing of the dog, as well as contribution from genetics as far as bad breeding. Today, I would like to inform you about Tia Maria Torres. Tia has much experience with the breed and has a television show on Animal Planet called Pit Bulls and Parolees. Tia's stepmother, whom taught her about the loyalty and companionship of all animals, raised Tia and taught her that animals can help one get through tough times and make a very good companion. Tia grew up to create her own family, having two daughters, Tanya and Mariah. Shortly after that is when she began, rescuing. Not necessarily the rescue she has now, but she started rescuing animals. But one day, Tia and her two daughters were visiting an animal shelter when a pit bull broke free from its kennel and ran towards Tia's two girls. As you can imagine, probably any typical person would be scared to death because it's a pit bull running at their kids. But when the dog got to the girls, it knocked them over and just licked them with excitement. This memorable moment contributed to the creation of Villalobos Rescue Center. It was a tough start for the rescue considering the reputation pit bulls are given. Tia strived to start a pit bull support group in which offered free training and obedience classes. It also offered free spay and neutering, which is very important for any animal. Shelters began noticing Tia and wanted her to come and give professional advice about the breed. After doing so, places around the world started to develop the same type of training in obedience classes. As Tia's name began circling around, reality TV producers were pulled into Tia's story after reading about it in a popular magazine in Los Angeles, in which she was nicknamed one of the city's most important people. This began the birth of her reality show on Animal Planet, Pit Bulls and Parolees.
My name is Tia Maria Torres. For 20 years, I've been giving second chances to those who need it most. I run a sanctuary. It's for over 300 pit bulls, the world's most misunderstood breed of dog. And it's for parolees, the guys I hire because no one else will. But I'm not fighting the fight alone. My family shares my passion. And in our home in New Orleans, the city of second chances, my mission is to rescue. But my hope is one day I won't have to.
Long after ending a 12-year relationship with her youngest daughter's father, Tia proceeded to have a pen pal relationship with a man who was in prison. His name was Aaron Jackson, also known as AJ for short. When AJ was paroled, the two got married and worked together to keep Villalobos up and running. AJ and Tia had then decided to hire parolees as their staff. That way they can rescue dogs and people. Give them both a second chance. Tia then also adopted two twin boys, Kanani and Khalil. In 2008, AJ was sent back to prison. This seemed to be the beginning of a rough, long road for Tia and her family. At this point, she now had to run the rescue alone, which was a huge burden considering AJ dealt with the parolees. After all of the hardships from the snowstorms, flooding, and wildfires, Tia began to hit her breaking point. What topped it all off was when the state of California challenged her with regulatory rules and new laws concerning the kennel sizes, as well as citizens coming forward to state their opinions about the rescue and how they don't feel comfortable with bulls being so close and they may get out and attack their family and other animals and so on. Ultimately, she could not stay in California, so herself, family parolees who wanted and could come, and of course all the dogs, began packing to move to what she refers to as the city of second chances, which would be New Orleans, Louisiana. Villalobos Rescue Center is the largest pit bull rescue in the country. The rescue started out with fewer than 200 pit bulls when she was in California, and now is up to over 300. It is a very stressful but also rewarding job that Tia and her family have taken on. After moving to New Orleans, they were overwhelmed with all of the pit bulls that have been abandoned, abused, and neglected. They go to the extreme to help these innocent animals and to give them a second chance. All of Tia's dogs are evaluated, and some are adopted and some are considered lifers, meaning they can't be adopted due to behavior issues or whatever the case may be. It all depends. But she takes the adoption process very seriously. She conducts home checks on each potential adopter. The dog must get along with other animals in the home, if any. Of course, the potential adopters and their children, if any. And have a safe and secure home and a safe and secure yard. If for any reason when the adoption has gone successfully and the dog doesn't work out, the owners are required to bring the dog back to her rescue, and she would take them back. Tia has an adoption website where people can browse the dogs, their temperament, and what type of environment they need to be in. Also is her Lapit store, only online. There are sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats, all kinds of stuff for purchase, and all the proceeds go to the rescue. Tia is one of my personal favorite inspirations. I have a lot of respect for her and all that she does. She is very selfless and willing to do whatever it takes to help an animal, which is how I feel. I do what I can. If I could, I would pack up and move to New Orleans and do all that I could do to help the rescue physically and financially. I hope one day to at least adopt a dog from there. I also hope that she can change people's views on this particular breed so that people can realize they are no different than any other dog, despite what the media wants us to believe. Because I won't lie, before I seen the show, I was weary about the dog because, well, the breed of dog, because of everything that people say, you know, of course, like the media and all the stories you hear. But really, after watching the show and meeting some pit bulls myself from friends and people that my boyfriend works with, has a couple of them, they really are no different than any other dog. I mean, any dog can turn on anybody at any time. But I don't have anything against pit bulls or anything at all. I would love to adopt one day because of her and her changing my view on the breed. Lastly, one of Tia's quotes that I love that she uses at the end of her introduction throughout the show, which you've seen earlier, was how she says, "My mission is to rescue, but my hope is one day I won't have to." I feel this is a very, very strong, important quote, and it means a lot to me. My hope is for that as well.